In the heart of downtown Nashville, Colonel John Krenson is in charge of Operation Stand Down Tennessee, a program that helps veterans return to civilian life. A veteran himself, John's inspiration to join the military came while he was in high school.
I left to study in the country of Finland for a year. I was an exchange student for 1 year. And there were other exchange students from throughout Europe there, and every single one of them, except for those of us from the U.S., were going to be going into conscripted service once they turned 18. And that really struck me because I felt like I came from the freest country on earth, and I had no obligation to do anything.
John spent 30 years in the Tennessee Army National Guard, 3.5 years of which were on active duty. During that time, he was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as to Mississippi in response to Hurricane Katrina. During his time in the military, John learned many life lessons that he still recalls to this day.
And I was doing pretty good as a cadet in ROT. I was an ROTC student at Marquette University in Milwaukee. And I had really started to get involved with things outside of ROTC, and so I blew off. I had made arrangements to meet with one of my military instructors because of something else that I had arranged to miss some training. But I also missed the rescheduled training. Not a good idea. And that instructor called me on the carpet in a very big way, and they even threatened to pull my scholarship and make me enlist. And then I'd be off to basic training before I graduated. I don't think they really meant it, but it scared me. so I straightened up, which is, it's a life lesson. You've got obligations, and you got to meet these obligations.
Following his retirement from active duty, John found himself struggling to look for ways to get back into civilian life.
And I really wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I kind of went back into some things I'd done before, but then the opportunity at Stand Down presented itself. The founding executive director, whom I knew, was retiring, and they were looking for somebody with some business experience and to help transform the agency from one that dealt with only chronically homeless veterans to, again, with veterans in transition.
In addition to providing support for veterans and their families, Operation Stand Down offers legal aid for vets struggling to receive their VA benefits. It also helps with job skills and referrals to help them find employment, as well as providing basic necessities such as food.
We still are all about working with chronically homeless veterans, but we've been able to see that number go down. So now more and more we're really trying to reach veterans as soon as we can in their transition to civilian life so we can get them off to a great start in the civilian world. So we connect veterans with resources, with each other, and then we connect the community with veterans as well.
Colonel Krenson says the best way to help Operation Stand Down is to refer it to veterans who may be in need of their services, as well as attending community events and donating to the group directly. Noah True, WBHS 9.